I'm Kelly Weber with Serhant in Charleston, South Carolina. Today, I'm taking you inside Mount Pleasant's most underrated and stunning waterfront park, Palmetto Islands County Park. Easily accessible, even if you're coming outside Mount Pleasant. It's right off of Long Point Road, off of 526. A short, easy drive from anywhere in Charleston. But if you want to live like a local, less crowded, fur baby friendly, options are going to be way more desirable, and this is going to wind up being your top pick. Palmetto Islands County Park isn't just a park, it's a whole private sanctuary. This is where you have marsh sunsets, palm tree lined walkways, open water views, and maritime forest. The elevated paths that run throughout the park just allow different vantage points and viewing areas for our birds. We have herons, egrets, you can see fiddler crabs, and sometimes when you're out on the river, if it's a great day, you might spot a couple dolphins. This park really feels like you are walking through a private nature sanctuary, if that's your kind of thing. The Palmetto Islands County Park is the most underrated but most amazing park that will wind up being your favorite as a local. You will be hard pressed to find a better $2 investment anywhere in Charleston than the $2 admission that it costs to go spend an afternoon or an entire day in this park. I also want to mention that because it's January, things like alligators and snakes are typically going to be more dormant, but always be aware and pay attention. You see my little 10-pound dog Sailor walking in front of me on the trails. If it was warm, spring, summer, or fall, I probably wouldn't have taken her down that close to the water, or if I did, I would be carrying her. So please pay attention. But with January, the likelihood of seeing anything I don't want to see is much lower, and that's why she is running around on all of the trails as we walk through. The observation tower is one of the coolest things in the park. It actually is 50 feet high, so it gives you these big sweeping views of the marsh and the Horlbeck. You can see sunsets, birds. We don't have many places where you get a really high vantage point, so this is a really cool one that's tucked away along the trail. On the Horlbeck Creek side of the park, there is a separate kayak area, so you can launch kayaks and stand-up paddleboards. This is a great place if you are a beginner. There's virtually no boat traffic. There's some boat traffic, very minimal. The water's going to be calmer. The wind is not going to come ripping through like it would if you were like in the Charleston Harbor or in Shem Creek. You do have kayak rentals available if you don't have your own rental kayak. There was some limited long-term storage options available as well if you need somewhere to actually store your kayak or paddleboard. And there's a whole nother section of picnic tables, and there is a small access where you can get down to the river if you wanted to look for shells or shark's teeth down there. There's another fishing and crabbing dock just off of Horrleback. Just keep in mind, if you are fishing on any dock in Charleston County, you must have a saltwater fishing license for crabbing and fishing, so just make sure you have that license. DNR is out everywhere in their boats, and you don't want to be surprised and get a ticket when you're having a nice leisurely day fishing. The trail in the park continues almost the entire length of Horrleback Creek, and then the largest dock, floating dock, is beside a pavilion where you have bathrooms, there's picnic tables. Now this is great for boaters, and we have utilized this as a family quite a bit because my brother lives on Horrleback Creek. They have cleats so you can tie your boat up and run, and they have snacks and drink machines and bathrooms that are readily available. So that's just something that is a great point of access. If you're boating, kayaking, or paddling on Horrleback and need bathroom access, this is the best one, and this is going to be the closest one within the Horrleback Creek before you get into the Wando. Is Boone Hall Plantation, and off in the distance you can see the Cotton Dock, which is a very popular venue in Boone Hall Plantation. This is a great fishing spot. I cannot tell you all of our secret fishing holes and things, but I caught my first redfish at the Cotton Dock right down this creek. Nature Island is one of my favorite spots in the park. The whole entire park is beautiful, but it is a mile-long boardwalk that goes out to this little, we call it a hammock, and it's like a little tiny private island, and you can walk around the little island, and it just gives you these big sweeping views on the marsh on both sides. So the Splash Island Water Park is the only water park in Mount Pleasant. It's open basically from May until late August. There are several different playground areas within the park itself. The big toy playground is the largest area, and they've got different playground areas set up nicely spread out, so there's lots of room for kids to run around. There are 2 dog parks within the park itself that are fenced to keep your dog completely safe. They do have a separate area for little dogs. I have a little dog who will not go in the dog park, so we just go walk on the trails. But if you don't want to take your dog on the trails, the dog parks are a great option. If you're enjoying this tour, please like and subscribe below.